Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vijay and we are learning Python with our Python Mastery series. So, in the previous videos, we have learned about creating the class, creating the object, having the underscore init constructor method to have the initialization and storing the data. So, in today's class, we will be learning about the instance method. So, let's say you are having data already of a bill amount. We are talking about the code cafe example only. Throughout the series we are carrying that theme only. So through the initialization you stored the bill amount of a customer, and the customer now wants to view that bill amount, show bill or pay bill, something, the functions they want to execute. So for each class or each object, not class, for each object, let's say we have 1,000 customers, so are we going to create the functions for each of them? Definitely not. The feasible method is instance method, and the instance method will give us an flexibility that we can utilize it for all the objects that we have created, and along with that a good structure that whatever we will get the output, that will be consistent for each of the object. Let's say we are doing a show bill or a show menu option, okay, and that method we have created, so it will give a consistent output. If we are writing separate for each of the object, the output can get a little inconsistent according to the time of the creation, time of the implementation. So that is one of the reason, and that is instance method is a very flexible and a good coding style also for having the methods that we want to display. Okay, so let's jump onto the blackboard. Okay, so till now what we have learned, we have the customer class creation, then we have the this property part we have covered through underscore init method. We can store the name, phone number, bill, everything. Okay, now today we will be covering this part. Like we want to place an order, we will write the method for that. We will be having the pay bill of method. We will have the view details method. All of that we can do with the help of instance method. The methods are inside the class only. Wherever we are doing the class defining, at that time only we will do like underscore init method we will do under the class. But underscore init method, constructor method, runs automatically and it runs once only. This instance method we have to call specifically to execute. It won't execute by initialization of the class, and we can run it as many times as we want. So here if I tell you the example, so some of the example can be show menu, there can be something like show bill. Okay, so this is the kind of example. Definitely we are going to see the implementation in our VS code, but the main important thing that whatever we are creating, the variables like name we are creating, that name will be accessible to this methods also. We do not have to pass the values again and again. So if I have to use that, I can use that. The bill amount, let's say here at the time of initialization I defined the bill amount, that I can utilize in the show bill method also. So that is a additional benefit for that one. And let's jump to the VS code. Okay, now coming to the VS code, we will start with our first instance method. First instance method that we will define, what will be that? We will create a customer class, and then we will define a greet method. Okay, and then let's say we are doing a printing. Mm, welcome to Code Cafe. Okay, is this syntax wise okay? No. Any day you are defining, is it a constructor method or any instance method, self is a must. So whenever you are creating an object, that self will be a pointer to that object. So remember this thing, do not forget, by default you need to write this one. You can write anything instead of self. Self is not a mandatory keyword, but that pointer word is necessary to be the first argument. Okay, we don't need any other argument. So let's say now I am running customer one equal to object creation I am doing. Okay, I do not need to initialize anything, and let's say I am calling customer one dot greet I am trying to call. Okay, so if I run that, here you can see welcome to customer code cafe. So this method we can utilize as many as time we want to, and if we create any other object customer 2 customer 3, everywhere this dot greet method will be applicable now. So we have to implement once and we can utilize for as many objects as we want. Okay, now I told you that we can access whatever data we have, or whatever the object variable we are saving, that we can utilize in our instance method. So access object data. Okay, let's say I'm defining a class of customer, and I will have a underscore underscore init method, the constructor. The first thing self, then name, and self dot name equal to name, simple. And then what we will do, the second thing, we can define a instance method. What the instance method? Display. We can have self. Okay, we are not passing the name. Just notice this thing. We are not passing the name here, and we are simply printing uh, customer, and here self dot name we are printing. Okay, we are just passing the pointer here. We are not passing the actual name. Now if I create customer one is equal to customer, and here now I have to create the object with the name. So name is Vijay, and customer one dot display. Okay, simple. Now if I try to run this, you can see I am able to print. So tomorrow wherever I need to display the customer one name, it is very easy. I have a ready-made method, and I do not have to implement this again and again. As of now, for understanding, we are writing one line. Let's say this method, this function has implementation of 50 lines or 100 lines. We do not have to implement for every object. We have created once, so whenever we need to use the object dot that method name, we will be able to use that, and it will also have the access to the whatever the object data is. Like here right now only one variable, but let's say there are 10 variables, it will have the access to all the 10 variables, just self dot and the variable name that we will be able to access. So similar to that, let's say if I want to have a display order created, so what we will do, we will have a class customer, then we will have a init method, then we will have self, then name and order. Okay, what we can do, self dot name equal to name, similar for self dot order equal to order, and then we will define show order as a instance method, and we will pass only self, not order we are passing, and we will print the no, order is oops order is self dot order. Okay, and if I have to now create a object, let me take it little, okay, upside, and customer one is equal to customer, and then pass the name Vijay, comma, order is coffee. Okay, and then I will call the instance method, that will be customer one dot show order. Okay, you can see oops the f string is missing, so the order is coffee. So you can see how easy it became now. Whatever the orders and anything we need to process, just implement in the class, utilize in the object, it will become very easy. Similar thing we can do for the multiple methods. So now let's say I want to do it for multiple methods. Class customer. Then we will have the constructor method underscore underscore init underscore. Then self is a must, name, and we will have a bill. Then self dot name equal to name, self dot bill equal to bill. Then we will define a welcome message, self print. What we will do, we will print welcome to code cafe. And then the mm, I guess, yeah, what we can do, self dot name we can write, and I need to have it under the formatted string, f string. Okay, and we will be printing the name of the customer also. Let me scroll up a little bit upside. Then we can have a bill amount. Okay, so we can have show bill, or rather than show bill we can have a bill amount. Self. Then what we can do, self dot no, we can print f string, oops, f string, and then bill. It will be simple, self dot bill. We will be pulling that from here, and as we know that is accessible in the instance method. So now we have all the methods, multiple methods. Here you can see I have implemented multiple methods. And if I have to create the class now, customer one equal to customer name Vijay, 450 is the bill amount. And if I have to do a welcome, and then I have to print the bill amount also. Okay, so you can see how easy it has become now for us to manage the code. We are creating a class, we are initializing it with a constructor, then we are defining the instance method for each of the things. So the flow has become very easy. This implementation we will do once, and whenever we need any object, we can do it in the few lines. We do not have to write much of the code, and how manageable it has become for us now. So now let's move on to the mini project. And for the code cafe, we are going to create a billing system, a customer building system that we are going to create. Okay, we will store the customer detail, we will display the profile, then we will display the bill, and finally a welcome message using the initial detail they have provided. Okay, so for all of that we will integrate the knowledge of the instance method till now, whatever we have gathered. Okay, so simply starting with our normal thing, creating a class, we will have a underscore underscore init method. And believe me, after a few like coding practice, after a few mini projects, you will get into your memory that okay, how you can use the underscore underscore init method, how you get to have the self as the first argument. So that is very much easier, I would say. So don't worry about that. It's just that understand the concept, implement a mini project, that will give you an idea. Okay, self dot name equal to name, self dot order equal to order, self dot bill equal to bill. Oops. Then we will go with the profile, and simple, we will pass only self. What we will do, we will print slash n customer, and we will have the customer Oops, sorry, I guess I made a mistake. Self dot name should be the value that we want to pull, and along with that formatted f string. Okay, so this will show the profile of the customer. And do we need to display anything? Let's display the order also, what they are ordering. F string, uh, order, order part, they are doing self dot order. Okay, so profile we have done. Now we can show the bill. Mm, show the bill self and sorry, yeah. So print the formatted string will be having the slash and bill, and we will pull from self dot bill. Okay, and then we can also have a what else we can do? We can have a welcome message. Okay, self and print mm, welcome to code cafe and self dot name. Okay, and then we will have a slash n also to make it in the new line. So I guess the methods we have defined properly. We will have a welcome message, we can show the profile, we can show the bill, whatever is required. Okay, so what we will do, we will do a initialization. We will take the input from the customer, input, enter customer name. Okay, then we will have the order equal to input, enter order. Okay, we are all saving that in a variable. Then we will take the bill, input, enter bill amount, and we will save it. Then we will create a object out of that. So customer is equal to customer, initiate with the name. Then what else we need? Order. We need the third argument as bill. Okay, so this will initiate the object. Now we can call the one by one all the instance method, and through the constructor it will create the object. Now customer dot welcome, then customer dot show profile, then we can have a customer dot, what was the bill method name? Show bill. Okay, we will show bill. Okay, and finally we will print a thank you for the visit code. Okay, so let's review the code. Whatever we have written, we are creating a class having the constructor method, then three instance method, and then we are taking the input, creating the object, and calling the instance method, and a final thank you message. So the code looks good to me. And if you see, the structure of the code is very much good. If you notice here, the class is itself having all the implementation. We are making it so generic that whenever we create a new customer through the object, that will be very much easy for us to call any of the instance methods. So we do not have to do a repetitive implementation, or the consistency is maintained whatever the customers we are creating. If it is a one customer or 1,000 customer, the scalability is very much taken care of here. You can create 1,000 customers also with the same kind of output, because the class implementation from where all the things are running, that has a very consistent structured approach. Okay, so where the problem is, okay, I guess I made a mistake here, where I cannot see, yeah, this inverted comma, I have made a mistake. Okay, Now let's try to run. Okay, it is asking for my name. I will enter Vijay, order, coffee, bill amount 99. Okay, where it went wrong. Customer is taking no argument. Why is it so? Let me just check the code. Let me restart the kernel if there is any problem with the kernel. Okay, let me try to run once again. Vijay, coffee 99. I'm not sure why is it happening. Is it anything? Let me name it something else because we have used multiple times the customer. Consumer. Let me name it consumer. Okay. Maybe I'm naming it similar. That could be the reason. Vijay and coffee 99. No, I guess there is some issue. Let me just check once. If I have made any mistake in this one, name order bill self dot name. Okay, just allow me a second. I guess I made, what is the error? Takes no argument. Okay, I guess I made a extra underscore in the init method. Let me just correct that. Coffee 99. Okay, now it is printing. Okay, you can see the error was very minor. I had one extra underscore due to which the underscore underscore init method was not getting triggered at the time of initialization or object creation. It was not able to trigger that thing. So it was mentioning that no argument has to be given while creating the object. So this is a very small error, but when you pay attention to the error, spend a few minutes with a relaxed mind how to troubleshoot that. I'm keeping all of the errors whatever I'm facing in the video. I do not edit that part because I want you to see whenever any person is writing they make a mistake, but it is very important whatever the mistake you are making, just have a look at that mistake and try to rectify that thing with a proper validating the syntax, validating the logic. That are the things that every experienced developer will come across whenever they are writing the code. So rectification or debugging is a very important skill also. So here you can see with extra underscore, the whole code was breaking. But spending a few minutes gave me the actual root cause for this error. So now you can see we are able to print the customer Vijay order coffee bill amount 99 and finally a thank you message. So I guess this mini project has given you a proper understanding how we can use the instance method, and after creating the object how we can call that instance method, and how the utilization becomes implementation becomes very easy for us. Okay, now let's say let me jump to the main screen first. Okay, so till now we are very much comfortable with the classes, objects, then constructor method, instance method, all of that things. Now, let's say we are going to use further the object. We have to add a GST amount to the bill, or we have to make some offers or anything like that. So, how we can do that? So, we will be using the class variables and method variables that we will be learning in the upcoming videos. I hope you are liking this series. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe the video channel. If you have any questions, feel free to put up in the comment section. I will definitely try to cover them in the upcoming videos. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy coding.